Excuse me? Would you cook for me for $100?
No, I don't think so.
Like, what would you cook if you were to cook something
If I
though?
was, maybe I would make a fried rice and make it into a ball and then turn that into a dumpling and maybe put some broth in it. So it would be a fried rice soup dumpling.
That is like the most interesting dish that I have heard. Would you be down to cook that for me?
Yeah, sure, I'll try.
Actually?
Yeah, sure.
This is Say. He's a working artist, and in this episode, we get into the difficulties of an artist making living,
It is hard to make money just selling art. Well, maybe just for myself.
how he gets his ideas,
Did you like know you always wanted to be like artist?
When you don't know anything, you get to be surprised by it. So I have no idea what's gonna happen.
and what it's like taking care of his grandfather's art collection.
My grandfather's painting, he was a minimalist painter in the 60s. He told me that it doesn't matter what color anything is because all the colors are the same. What you like is what your values are. And MoMA bought a piece recently.
Mova bought
Yeah.
a piece? What are we calling this dish? Hello. Tell me what we're cooking today.
Soup dumplings. I got this last night too. This is
Wait, we're really doing this for the first time. I'm excited.
I feel like a fun thing is when you don't know anything, you can really have fun discovering
and
you
inventing.
Yeah. And you get to be surprised by it.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what's gonna happen.
We might create like a new form of soup dumpling today.
Yeah.
So did you like research how to do this last night or something?
Yeah, no, well, this morning I looked up, but I didn't really read the whole thing.
Do you like to cook?
I'd say I don't cook too often, but yeah, whenever I'm cooking, I'm like, wow, this is pretty good.
Yeah, okay. So you're
it's like-
surprised by your ability.
Sometimes it's tasty. Sometimes it's not that tasty, but but most of the time it's pretty tasty.
Okay, so we'll see which one this is.
Yeah.
Can you show me some of the stuff in here? So wait, what's this?
Oh, this is my grandfather's painting. He was a minimalist painter in the 60s.
Wait, actually?
Yeah, he's part of the whole art scene back then with like Donald Judd and Frank Stella and all those people.
Whoa.
Yeah, so this is one of his paintings.
Wow.
I think this one's from 1967.
What's this here?
Oh, this is a friend of mine, Eamon. He made this light. He makes these kind of sculptural paintings and stuff, but this one he put a light in.
The perspective is really cool.
It's super cool, yeah,
Whoa.
it's great.
You have a lot of really cool like art in your home. Are you an artist or?
Yeah.
Oh.
I make paintings. I mean, this is one of my paintings.
Yeah.
And it changes colors as you move around. So if you're here, it's blue. If you go here, it'll turn red.
Whoa, that is so
Yeah.
cool. Wait, what is this?
Oh, I took an old lamp and I put some wire.
Wait, you made this?
Yeah, I made this one. Yeah. And I used to work for this artist who was, he did a lot of light sculptures.
Yeah.
And so I learned how to do wiring and stuff from
Whoa.
working with him. And so, yeah, I just rewired the wiring inside the lamp. And then just the same wires and then just cut this out and put in a socket.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
What's this?
Oh, I don't know. I think this one my girlfriend just got at a thrift store.
Are you equally like kind of designing the space together?
Oh, yeah. Because my girlfriend, she's like a curator and a gallerist. And so some of this art is her art that she's got.
Oh, no way.
Bought from different artists or different things. So that's a friend of mine, Alexa. These
Wow.
are all these different pieces from different other
Dude, I
artists.
feel like the artist-curator couple dynamic is kind of like
It's
a
good.
power duo.
Yeah. No, that's why it looks nice, because I just make this stuff, but then she can be like, oh.
All right, this is
yeah,
where it goes.
Yeah.
Is there anything else in this room that is like especially important to you?
Oh, these shoes I made. There's another series.
Wait,
I
what
do.
is this?
Well, sometimes I do with like I paint really bright fluorescent paint, so it turns the colors, the shadows into color. So it's just this. So there's no color here, but then
when it's like close
when
to
it's
the
there,
ground.
it creates a little shadow.
Wow. It's really cool how you like play with paint. It feels like you're playing with like paint and light.
Yeah. That's true. And also that it's like, because then it's like in any room it's in, it looks like a different painting.
Yeah.
And whatever stuff is in the room, it'll look different. And
That's cool. It's
Yeah.
like it adapts to the room that it's in.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! There's so many cool things in here.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
what's in here? What is this?
Those
see?
are a friend of mine, Bruno. He made those a while ago. Yeah.
Whoa.
But I think it's all different fabrics.
Yeah.
And sewed together.
Whoa. And then like in here are these. What are these?
Oh yeah, my friend Caslon, she did.
I love how all of it is like my friend made this beautiful piece of art. There's so much cool stuff over here, bro.
Yeah, these ones.
Whoa.
I made these bookshelves.
These ones.
Yeah. Oh, just plywood. I just chopped up the plywood and screwed it together.
Yeah, but then I see you painted the inside a little bit too.
Yeah.
What's this?
This is another friend of mine, Angelica. She does glass sculptures and things.
And then I see some pistols.
Oh yeah, that's a friend of mine, Christopher. He does these kind of sculptures that are just like assemblages of stuff.
Can you?
Say last name.
Oh yeah. That's it. Yeah. A good gallerist knows you gotta. I gotta remember all.
Wait, can you pick those up?
Or I think they're supposed to be they're like set as like a sculpture.
Oh wait, this is all.
It's all one
thing.
piece. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Wait, which ones are your paintings?
Well, this is a piece I did where I took a painting that was this size and I gave it to like 12 different writers and to live with for a couple weeks. So they would live with it for like 2 or 3 weeks and then I'd pick it up and give it to another person. So it traveled for about like a year and a half.
Wait, this?
Well,
traveled?
it was a painting that was this size,
Yeah.
and then I took the painting and I hid it away, and it'll never be shown or photographed again. And then it just exists as a book of writing from the different writers, and then it's a book of writing and also a drawing that's the outline of the painting.
Whoa!
So, yeah.
So like when you look at it, do you have the
Yeah, I
what
have
people
the
wrote
book.
about it?
Yeah, so then you read the book, what people were writing, and you look at this square, and you can imagine what the painting would have maybe looked like.
That's such a cool concept.
Yeah.
I love that. How do you come up with this kind of stuff?
I don't know, just going around different places.
Yeah.
Yeah, just sitting thinking.
Sitting thinking. A lot of
Yeah.
thinking. Wow, dude.
Yeah,
This
look
is
at
so
it.
cool.
Yeah,
I
there's
like-
a lot of fun stuff.
Dude, oh, there's another one in the series?
Yeah, that's another one of those ones.
Yes, that one. Go to
Yeah.
each side.
Yeah. This was a little piece I made in college. It's just like this, but then if you look in here, is Zac Efron in that little hole.
Wait, there you go.
I don't know what I was thinking actually. I made that in college, but
Did you
Yeah.
know you always wanted to be like an artist?
well, I guess it was maybe kind of like a family business because my grandparents were both artists.
Yeah.
And my mom is an artist. I guess I was just always making art.
Yeah.
And then I went to art school and studied painting and stuff. So
Whoa.
yeah.
Was
so
there like pressure to be an artist, or is it just something that you love to do?
I guess I just really like to do
Yeah.
it. And then when I was little, maybe people were like, "Oh, that looks nice when you're drawing." So then I'm like, "Oh, I gotta
All
keep
right,
doing
I
this."
got the stuff. I got the stuff.
Yeah, well, maybe in the basement is my studio.
Oh, dude, we're getting to see
Yeah,
the
yeah.
studio.
Yeah.
Wait, bro,
Yeah,
how did
yeah.
you find this place?
It's actually it's my grandmother's. So
Yeah.
So I just paid.
Okay,
yeah.
so you've inherited an insane
yeah.
space. Wait. Well,
Oh, this?
I feel like I've seen that.
Yeah,
in-
it's this guy Sludo.
Yeah.
And he does these little mosaics. A lot of times they're on like the street. different
Yeah.
places. Yeah.
I think I've seen this in Chelsea Market, like a series of his
Oh, maybe.
of his work potentially.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa.
That's true.
That's
Yeah, these
so
are.
sick.
Yeah.
Dude, you have like a whole band
Oh
set
yeah.
up.
Yeah, I've got a band called Casper Television. And actually right now we're writing a whole album about the art world.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's you.
Oh yeah.
Is your last name Smith?
Yeah, my last name is Smith. Yeah, I made a little while ago for fun, I made these little stickers.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can have one. They say Smith makes better art than this. At first I was like, I'll make this and then people can put it up on art that they don't like.
Yeah.
But then I was like,
Yeah, you're just going into the MoMA.
yeah. But then I was going around and I was like, man, everything looks so good. And then I was like, oh, maybe it's just that I make better art than the stickers. Hopefully.
I feel it works better
Yeah,
both
it could
ways.
be-
That's how I
yeah.
initially interpret it.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
How much time do you spend in this room?
I don't know. I guess it kind of depends. Like if I have a show or something coming up, then I'll be down here making stuff a lot.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I'll come here, a couple times a week and just work on some little things,
Yeah.
or just be thinking about art and writing things down. Because I think a lot of this stuff is a little bit is
Conceptual.
kind of conceptual. And sometimes when I make stuff, they're like proof of concepts or little maquettes, and then if there's some kind of opportunity for them to be shown, then I'm like, okay, now I'll delve more into a series and really figure out all the ideas there.
This feels like another series, like playing
yeah.
with light again. Like it
It's
seems
true.
like light is like a big focus of your art.
Oh yeah, definitely. And
Or
I-
at least maybe like at this time period. in your
No,
life.
yeah, for sure. And because I think too, for me, it's like I like to make things like these ones. The shadows here, some are drawn shadows, and some are actual shadows. And so again, it will be if it's in a room, it depends on what the lighting is in the room,
Yeah.
and the painting will have different shapes on it. This is an old piece of my grandfather's that we took apart. And
Wait, can I see? Whoa.
Yes.
From 1990.
Yeah, that was when I was
Wow.
born. So, but then
What do you
this
mean?
one,
Like an old piece that you took apart?
well, it was like a piece with lead in it, and so it was kind of, the lead was eroding. So then we just took off the lead, because I worked as his artist assistant for a while, and then there was just an empty board, so he gave it to me.
Whoa.
And then I painted it white, and I did this piece, and then put the nails, and then took this nail out, because I was imagining it was the two nails are like us, and he passed away a little while ago. And so this is, when the nail's there, it can still make new shadows, but when a nail is gone, it only has the shadows that were drawn before. So that's kind of the idea with some of these.
That's
yeah.
really special, and I feel like there's so many layers of like your relationship with your grandfather. Yeah.
No, so this one was a fun one.
Wow.
But
Are these more shadow type things? Too?
yeah, the idea was these are little people on these little shelves, and you can get them and then put them next to any painting to make that painting bigger, because they're so small. If you have, say you have a painting, like this painting right now is only like this size, maybe 10 inches. If you put it here, it could be like 12 feet, a 12-foot painting. That's right.
I love that.
So the idea is that people could buy these things, and they have art on their walls already, and they want to they just put the little guy next to it, and then it makes the art look huge.
I love that, dude. Wait, is this another of the?
Yeah, another of my phone lamps. Yeah.
Whoa, they don't work, yeah.
Oh no, yeah, here I am.
Or I guess the phone part doesn't work, but the lamp part works.
Yeah, when I was wiring them, one of them I was like, I want to figure out if I can hook it up to the ringing thing.
Yeah.
And I did hook up the wiring, but then when it's on, it just rings constantly. So it wasn't. So
Yeah, maybe not the best.
yeah. So I was like, okay.
Wait, what's this?
Yeah, another phone lamp.
Dang, dude, you love the phone lamps. That's so
I know.
cool.
I made a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Turns in.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, dude, there's a bunch.
Yeah. There's phone lamps everywhere. Yeah.
Yo, this is so cool. Wait. So, what instrument do you play?
I play guitar and sing and then write all the songs.
Just a little bit of everything.
Yeah. And then there's a bass player.
Yeah.
And then a drummer.
Can I hear one of your songs?
Yeah. I'll play a song for my grandfather.
Oh, yeah?
I guess it'll tie it all in.
Yeah.
Sometimes we would talk and have thoughts, like music that's read without charts. You said you went to a museum, walked around but there was no art. You said that colors don't matter, colors are all just the same. One isn't better or truer.
Did you write that?
Yeah.
What did you write it about?
And that one was kind of about like my grandfather making art and being in the basement, because I used to be his art assistant for a while. So it's all the basement full of all the old paintings and stuff.
What was it like being his art assistant?
It was super fun. We would just go in. I would be making the stretchers, and sometimes he used a lot of aluminum, so sometimes I'd just be polishing aluminum. And then I did a lot of art, or I still do like archiving a lot of my grandparents' stuff.
Yeah.
And cataloging some of their old ephemera, old photographs and things.
Whoa.
And old paintings. And like studio managing, kind of like working with the galleries and things.
Did he take it seriously? Like, obviously he was like
a
very like, professional artist. But I feel like there are professional artists and professional, like artists of all kinds, musicians and stuff, that actually like don't like take it seriously. I'm curious like how he approached art.
He would like wake up every morning, go into the studio at like 8, and then work till like noon, and then have like lunch, and then go back to the studio till like 6 or 5. And it was every single day pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah, 7 days a week. And even sometimes, we would go on vacation and be like, I gotta get back and get making paintings.
Did he love it?
Oh yeah, I think so. And then I think by the time because they've been working since like the late 50s.
Yeah.
So probably by the time I was around, it was just like incorporated into their life. It's just this habit, this just way of being.
That's cool.
For me, when I'm thinking, because every day anytime I'm seeing something, I'm thinking, what is this experience I'm having as an art piece? So it's like whenever I'm looking around, I'm like, is this a performance art piece? Could this be a sculpture? Could this be a painting? And so I'm always thinking,
like your day-to-day experiences are looking through like this prism of like, can this be artistic expression?
a little bit.
Yeah, that's
Cool. Like
cool.
sometimes when I'm listening to music and going around, then I was thinking, what if this experience is like an experiential art piece? So then I was making something where I'm making a little book of just songs in different places, and the art piece is you go to a different spot and listen to this particular song and just look at wherever, but you're in it, everyone can listen to the same thing in the same place and look around. And that's the art piece. It's like you're like a sculpture and look at, or it's like an experience, I guess.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Are your grandparents' stuff, like, is it still like showing in a bunch of different places?
Yeah. Actually, my grandfather has a piece up right now, just for a little while, in the Art Institute of Chicago.
No way.
Yeah, and MoMA bought a piece recently.
MoMA bought a piece? Dude, I made a joke about MoMA earlier in this video, and like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. 'Cause I feel like, you know, like an artist's career kind of doesn't like stop even in death. You know, the artist's grandfather passed away, correct?
Yeah.
But it's like his work still lives on, and like, still is like, I kind of like, it still is allowed to be in like the zeitgeist of like the art world.
It's true, yeah. And then like me and my grandmother were, still work with galleries to put on, have shows of his, send the art around, or museums or curators come by and they come for studio visits and different things like that.
One way, it's like your own expression, your own artistic expression, and then also like the duty to kind of keep your grandfather's work alive and like moving on. Like, how do you like feel about those like roles?
I kind of feel pretty compatible, because I guess it's like you just learn so much about when you're seeing a whole artist's career over the course of decades, and working so closely with like seeing the process of like, because they've both been like professional artists pretty much since like the 60s or 70s. Like that's how they make their money.
Both your grandma and your grandfather?
Yeah, they both make work. And so I still help my grandmother. Sometimes I build frames for her and stuff too. But they've been like supporting themselves and been like from arts for like decades now. That's been their whole career. And so it's cool to see that. And it kind of maybe takes some pressure off making art for me, because then I'm like, well, maybe I won't be supporting myself making the art. But it's like a long process. Yeah. Like maybe in a couple decades, who knows? You know?
But can you tell me a little bit like about what you know of your grandparents' story, like in terms of their career as artists?
Yeah, they came here from Japan in 1958.
Whoa.
They went to art school there, and then the art schools there were really traditional and stuff. So they were like, we got to get to New York, and then quickly met a bunch of the people in the art scene here. And it seemed like a lot smaller and a lot more like if you were going to shows or like people knew each other.
It's crazy to come from Japan and so quickly have a foothold. How did they get such a foothold? I mean, because it's like hard enough as an immigrant to kind of like, you know, get a foothold anywhere. And like also like at that time in like the early, like what, late 1950s?
I think probably generally in the city, but I think somehow maybe they found like their community with the different artists that they met. And they knew some artists. Like there was a Japanese artist, Kenzo Okada, who was kind of established already, and he was a friend, and he was in the art scene, so he could introduce them to some people. And then they went to the Art Students League for a visa, so had a student visa by going there. And then my grandpa would just sign in and then leave and go make his own art. But you just need it for a visa. And then, but that was only for like a year. So and then they were able to get their green cards. But did
they have like a vision of like how they wanted to like show up as artists in the city?
I think really it was for them. It was like they were like, this is just what this is the only thing we're gonna ever do in life. So we gotta
give it our best shot.
So we just do it. And then they were working different other jobs. So in the beginning, I think, to help support stuff.
Like what?
I think my grandfather worked at like a souvenir-y shop, and my grandmother designed like scarves.
Really?
And different fabrics. For some company. Yeah.
Do you know like what was like the first thing that kind of like put them on the map?
Let's see. Well, there was this gallery in the 1960s called Green Gallery, which ended up being like a pretty influential gallery for minimalism and pop art. And there's this guy, Dick Bellamy, and he just came by for a studio visit one time. And so my grandfather had his first solo show with Dick Bellamy in like 1961. And I think that was really something that kind of kicked it off, because Dick knew a lot of the other people in the art world, and then people were coming to the shows and able to. And then there was a show in 1966 at the Guggenheim called Systemic Painting, I think, and he was part of that show. And
at the Guggenheim.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so that was, I guess, 1966. So that's like maybe like 7 years into his career here.
Yeah.
And then
Which is crazy. It's like you're almost at a decade, and it's like that's when they just got started.
Yeah,
you know?
There's like consistently kind of shows throughout the early 60s. And also there was one, it was mid 60s in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
And that show was called The Color and the Shape, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a big show for minimalism.
Yeah.
And then there was kind of
this big show for minimalism as just like a form or like a category of art.
Yeah,
and like your grandfather was like one of the central pieces of that.
Yeah. And also this gallery, Green Gallery, kind of a lot of the different people who were there ended up becoming like, or this scene that was minimalism ended up kind of developing around it. And it was just part of like, this is the art he was making, and that was kind of what it became. But it wasn't really, I think, ever people conceiving of being like, oh, we're all making similar art. They're just all showing at this in the same time and going to each other's shows and stuff. And talking and getting interested in art in maybe a similar way. And
so
then
it was just
on,
like a big friend group almost. And
kind of.
Like only in retrospect do we think of these like artists
these
as
big
minimalists.
Movements. Yeah.
Yeah.
And my grandparents even hung out with a handful of these artists stuff. But they also had my mom on, so they had 2 little kids. So they didn't really like hang out and like party as much with all these other people.
Were they more like family people?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think they were more at home. Or just also being like, we just gotta be getting to work making art.
Yeah.
We gotta be, we're spending all our time painting. Yeah. After some of the shows in Europe, then he was working with this gallery, Bruno Bischofsberger, for a little while in Switzerland. And then he was just showing, in the 70s, it was mostly showing in Europe and not as much in America. Yeah. And then you're showing in Japan.
Is there like, like some of like what are like the big crowning achievements of like, okay, like this is kind of like who these people were? If like you could think of like a couple of them.
Like museum shows in the 90s in Japan, where my grandfather had like a bunch of rooms to put work up in. And so I think those were one. And also he made this series of titanium works later on, that I think that he really liked. Also, later on too, some of his ideas were around like not a single painting, but a series of works being, and the whole room and everything being the artwork. The works themselves are just kind of like one part of something that could be infinite. And he would make series, and then the number of works would depend on how big the room was. So, just to fill the room.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think those ones, when he was making that work, maybe that was getting a little bit towards the essence of what he was trying to like achieve, even with some of his earlier stuff of making like works. It's not about painting or an artist expressing themselves. It's about creating like an environment or a space that you're in. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, which I guess that kind of is influenced. I guess that's still, when I'm making stuff, that idea is always kind of present a little bit too.
Of just like making like almost like the line between art and the world is blurred. And
yeah. And the art maybe, or at least this, I don't know if it was for my grandfather, but for me, sometimes the art isn't the painting. The art is the experience of somebody viewing the painting.
Yeah.
The painting is just kind of a prop and then the experience is the art.
Yeah. Cool. So when you were growing up, like what, do you remember like some of the first art that you made, like any sort of like praise for it?
Well, maybe in high school I made some like landscape paintings, and then my school bought them from me, so that was kind of nice.
Wait, what do you mean your school bought them?
Well, just in the class you make like paintings, but then they were like, oh, could we buy these for maybe like $300 or something? So in high school I was like, oh, nice.
So you made like $300 from your art?
Yeah.
Was that the first time you made money from like the art that you made?
Yeah, I think probably.
Whoa. Did that like change how you viewed making art? Because like obviously you come from like an artist family, so you know more than the typical person pursuing art that like this could become a career. Having that experience of being, financially rewarded for your art, it's like, oh, maybe I can actually do this.
Yeah, I think so. I think though, it's true that like growing up with my family as kind of artists, and also a lot of my friends' parents were artists too.
Yeah.
So I think growing up, there was a lot of adults were artists. So I think it did never feel like it was not a career.
Yeah, I didn't feel like it wasn't like approachable.
Yeah. But actually, like now, having made art now for like more than 10 years or so, it feels maybe less of a career now than it did when I'm about making art, because
really, wait, why is that?
Well, not less of a career, but it is hard to make money just selling art.
What do you mean?
Like to sustain yourself on just selling art.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly. Well, maybe just for myself. Maybe it's not for me. And probably other people it's easy. But I guess there's like I don't show art or sell art like so regularly. But some more recently I've been thinking it's kind of nice to have like another job where you can make money and have like an income in another way, and you kind of make art without that kind of burden.
Yeah.
And then it can be more experimental sometimes too, so more conceptual stuff that you can't even sell.
Yeah.
But it's fun to make it because I don't need to be sustaining myself, I guess, from selling my art.
Yeah, something that you describe about your grandfather is like showing up like 9 to 5 to make this stuff every day.
Oh yeah.
And it's like,
yeah.
I think that can maybe sometimes like pigeonhole your ability to make stuff that is experimental because you need stuff that you can actually sell. Yeah. Do you think your grandfather ever felt that?
No, I don't think so. He just like had the art, he was making his art, and he wasn't concerned with like anything around other than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there like one project that you've done that like changed your perspective on the world in some way?
I think maybe the piece I did where I had the painting and gave it to these different writers and they lived with it for for the year, and then they wrote all their essays or stories or different things. Because then when I got it back, it was all the writing and descriptions, and some were more like fictional stories, some were more like essays, or some were descriptions of the painting. Some didn't really reference the painting so much. Like the experience of reading it was like so much better than looking at the painting, and I was like, oh wow, this is what's so fun about making art, is like it's all the ideas that someone has in their head when they're looking at a painting. Yeah. It's like so fun to have. And so that one, and also maybe that one kind of changed the way I look about making art, because since then too, I don't think about myself making art as me so much in a studio and being like, I gotta make this masterpiece or something. It's more like I want to come up with ideas that can be interactive, and everybody is so creative and so great, and maybe the best art is trying to find that combination of the collaboration of like, you have some things that you can pull some things together and frame, maybe just like framing other people's creativity. I guess kind of what you're doing too. It's like you frame someone else's stuff, and it's like such a fun, that's what I think may have changed.
Yeah, I feel like that's like really profound, because I feel like, a lot of people view art as like it stops in the confines of like the canvas, right? And you've lived in New York like all your life, yeah?
Yeah, for most of my life.
Have you lived anywhere else but New York?
For college I went to the Art Institute of Chicago.
Yeah.
So I lived in Chicago for like 4 years.
Yeah.
But then I came back.
Why did you come back to the city?
I don't know. I just there's the art scene here. Just seemed like there's more opportunities or things happening. Or also I did have one teacher who like told me, he was like, say, do you want to be a real artist? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, okay, get back to New York. And I was like, okay, sure.
A lot of people come to New York, right? Because it is a place where it feels like everything is happening. But I'm curious, like, as someone who has, lived here all their life, like, do you feel like you have a different perspective of New York? Or like, do you feel like there are things people think about the city that aren't true, or that are more true than people realize?
I guess it's hard to say, because I can't exist outside my own thoughts.
Yeah, you're the goldfish in the water.
Yeah. There's something that's so cool about having people come to the city to make art or think about art. Like all the transplants who come because they want to be artists. It's kind of a fun and cool energy that I think makes New York. And sometimes there's transplants and there's gentrification that makes it really hard for artists to like live in neighborhoods, and there's stuff. But I think sometimes there is something nice too. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's like sometimes as a New Yorker, sometimes I feel like you get people are like, you got to be always anti people coming in. But sometimes I'm like, sometimes when there's people coming in for a similar energy, it's kind of fun and nice.
Yeah, well, I feel like that's also like what makes New York awesome, right?
It's all the people who are coming to do cool stuff.
Exactly. I think that's like the energy of this city. We've been talking a lot about your like grandfather. And like you mentioned like, working with him in the gallery and being his assistant. I'm like curious, like, is there one memory, like a specific memory that like jumps out to you? Because it seems like he's been like a big inspiration in your life. Like, is there like one memory or a conversation, or like a thing that you guys did together that like stands out to you as like particularly impactful?
I don't know. Well, just what's coming to mind is this, when we were just in the basement putting together the canvases, because a lot of them are 4 panels and they're all jointed together.
Yeah.
So it just be jointed.
Like this?
Yeah, like this one. Or a lot of them are different panels and so it's 4 different pieces and then they're all jointed together.
Yeah.
And then this aluminum is, my job was mainly polishing the aluminum.
Yeah.
One time he told me that it doesn't matter what color anything is because all the colors are the same. It's just someone's taste. So colors are just like if something's red, if you like it, there's not one that's a better color or anything. It's like someone might like red more than blue.
Yeah.
But so it doesn't matter to him. And sometimes I think about that because I think I guess it's true. It's like sometimes you have these values. Some things do have value, I think. There's some things that are important to have value, but some things, it's a value is just your perspective, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's just like what you like is what your values are.
Yeah.
But
That was that like a little bit about like the lyrics of the song?
Oh yeah, that was that I put that in because it was that's what I was thinking. That's probably why I just thought about it now.
Well, obviously it was impactful if you wrote a song about it too, and like
yeah.
I feel like that perspective about perspective, I feel like you brought with your to your own work. And, kind of carrying on that those ideas with you, like That's pretty cool.
No, it's true. I was thinking though, getting inspired. Sometimes it's like whatever I'm doing really just pops my head, and then it comes and I'm thinking about something. Because when I met you, I think I had just had some arancinis.
Yeah.
That's why I was thinking of rice and balls.
What are we calling this dish?
Experimental dumplings.
Conceptual dumplings.
Yeah, conceptual dumplings.
That's
better.
not even made to be eaten.
Yeah. That's a better title. Conceptual dumplings. Cheers.
Not bad.
Not too bad. At least it's edible.
As promised. Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you for the delicious recycled conceptual dumplings.
You're welcome. I use this to buy $100 worth of dumplings.